So looking at this current Bitcoin price action, you can see guys, the price of Bitcoin is doing pretty much exactly like how we predicted. A retracement towards this 27,700 range, 27,600 range, and then slowly starting this uptrend. And this is exactly what we are also witnessing right now, because yesterday, if you have watched my video, I showed you with this CPR indicator in a daily time frame, this monthly S1 line. This monthly S1 line and the previous day low is where we could be getting gravitated before again starting this impulsiveness. And now if we look at the price action of Bitcoin using this CPI indicator, after showing a retracement, it did started this uptrend. But the question here is, will this trend also continue further, or is it going to turn out into just a temporary bullish movement before price again starts breaking it to the downside? We are going to talk about all of this one by one in today's video. So please guys, before I jump into the content, destroy the like button if you haven't done it yet, and for those individuals watching the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now if I would remove everything and simply look at this price structure using the CPR indicator, according to the CPI indicator, you can see for today the price has managed to come across the previous day high, right? And also the monthly R1 line. And since the price is above it, this is considered bullish. But what we want the daily to do, we want the price at any cost to remain above this 28,000 range. Because if we do manage to remain above 28,000 range, then we are going to see a new ascending CPR for tomorrow. And ascending CPR only gets formed when the price is preparing itself for this uptrend. And in our case right now, since the price is not just only above the CPR line but also above the R1 and the previous day high, now in the medium short term, if we do stick around this previous day high and the monthly R1 line between $28,080 or $28,100, then I am actually expecting this trend to continue even further. The next target according to this daily CPR is around $28,257, R3 line $28,400, and for today the most bullish target and the maximum what the price of Bitcoin could achieve would be, according to the CPI indicator, 28,590 or 28,600 range. So for now, we just need the price of Bitcoin to find support above 28,080, 28,100 range. And even if we fail, right, let's say even if we fail, we just need the price to remain above this CPI line for today. And by doing that, we will be forming a new ascending CPR, and ascending CPR usually indicates uptrend for Bitcoin. And we know if we look at this price structure in a very simple way, again in a smaller time frame, you can see guys, the price of Bitcoin looks like it's breaking out from this symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangle is considered bullish and bearish depending where it breaks, but in our case it has broken the resistance line. The line which previously rejected the price has been broken. And now if this here is going to be a continuation, the first target is definitely going to be between 28,250, 28,300 range. And the price objective from this triangle, right, from this symmetrical triangle will be somewhere between 28,400, 28,500. And so the first target is somewhere around 28,250, 28,300 range, and the final, or the price objective, the final price objective from the symmetrical triangle is going to be around 28,400 range, 28,500 range. But if we do see any sort of a pullback, I just showed you with the previous example, this line, right, along with the CPI indicator, R1 previous day high for today or for the medium short term will be looked as a strong line of support, because this exact price range previously acted as a strong line of resistance. So now in the medium short term, it could be acting as a support around 28,000 range. And we know guys, we know it's not just only the symmetrical triangle, not just only the CPI indicator indicating, hey, if the price manages to close the daily above 28,000, this trend could potentially continue, because the price in a 4-hour time frame is also forming this so-called ascending triangle. Ascending triangle usually is a bullish scenario. For us, we are not going to be overly bullish, but we just need the price to hold the support line. I mean, this lower line, which previously also acted as a support, we just want price to hold that line. And if we do so in the medium short term, this could result in some impulsive movement like this. Why? Because if you look at the price structure carefully, let me show you here, the price of Bitcoin, right, is breaking out from this falling wedge. And now we know falling wedge is usually a bullish scenario during a move like this. So if the price does manages to remain over 28,000 today, then guys, this will trigger another continuation where the price has a very, very high probability to come across 28,300, 28,400 range. So that's why we need the price today to close above 28,000 at any cost. And by doing that, the price of Bitcoin for the medium short term could be turning bullish. And now let me show you with another example why that is so important. We know price of Bitcoin is trapped between this line of resistance, line of support around 28,000, 27,000. For now, this ascending triangle scenario, right, is very important, because if we lose the support around 28,000, then we could be again slowly heading towards the lower trend line. Yes guys, this lower trend line, which previously also acted as a resistance, support, could be again attracting the price. So we don't want that. We want the price to continue this uptrend. So if we do see any sort of a bullishness, an extremely bullish scenario would be price flipping the 28,800 into support. But for the medium short term, we just need the 28,000 to hold, because holding the 28,000 could also result in some bullish movement where the price could be getting attracted towards the resistance line one more time. Yes guys, this line is considered one of the most important resistance line for Bitcoin. But if we do see another attempt to break out of it, then we definitely want this resistance also to be flipped into support, because by doing that, the price of Bitcoin could be turning very, very bullish. And also, according to this ascending triangle, this continuation, I mean, if the price does shows a bullishness, also breaks out of this key line of resistance here to the upside, then above 30,000 is where we could be possibly hitting. But we know, if you have been following me for a while, above 30,000 has always been our price objective, because even this broadening top was pointing us 33,000 is on the line before price chooses a trend direction. But any sort of a weakness, any sort of a rejection in a bigger frame, this one is in a daily time frame, the line which previously acted as the resistance is going to be acting as a support for Bitcoin. That's why guys, if we do manage to remain over 28,000 for the medium short term, I am actually expecting the price after some range bound could still continue this uptrend between 30,000 to 33,000 range. And now let me also show you what could happen if the support around 27,000 and 28,000 gets broken. Yesterday, if you have watched my video, I showed you guys with this simple example. In the past price action, when the price of Bitcoin was forming this higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern, everything looked fine. But once we lost the support, we started showing bearishness and came exactly at the price objective from this rising trend line before starting this bullishness. Now, similar formation is being formed one more time. Higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. So in the medium short term, we don't want to lose the support on 27,000, 28,000, because losing that could result in another pullback, just like here from the price action, where the price in that case could be getting attracted towards this 25,000, 26,000 before choosing an actual trend direction. So this one is one bearish scenario once we lose the 27,000 support, and even according to this ascending channel, which is very similar to this example, but I just want to give you guys different perspective. Here, when the price was forming this ascending channel, everything was okay. But once we lost the support, we started showing weakness and even got attracted towards the previous temporary resistance line. This previous temporary resistance line acted as a support, and then we had this new higher highs. Now, if the price is going to do a very similar scenario, then we don't want the price to lose the support around 27,000 range, because losing support from this 27,000 range could lead to another pullback towards the previous temporary resistance line, just like here from the past price action. So that's why guys, that's why in the medium short term, 27,000, 28,000 is very, very important. And as long as we remain above that line, we could still look at this price continuation as a breakout from this falling trend line, because according to this falling trend line breakout, you can see guys, after breakout we had some shakeout, came back to retest it before turning bullish. This is exactly what unfolded here, guys. So that's why we said, even in a bigger frame, if you do see any sort of a retracement around 25,000, the same line here, the horizontal line is going to be acting as one very, very important line of support for Bitcoin, which is going to be again around 25,000 range, because we know as long as we remain above this 25,000, we are still expecting price of Bitcoin, even after some shakeout, to slowly continue this uptrend here in this manner, just like as shown here in an example. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.